I'm gonna assume they did their high altitude sulfur spraying already. Shit's funny. I can't think to expose the science of Nazis anymore because they've cooked my brain so much. But all of this is to make you dumb, ruin your life, make you agitable, make you easily swayed to violence. And so they're spraying neurotoxins in the sky to do that. No, I don't know. The last thing I read was they're getting busted, so they're going to use sulfur. I've never read any science on is it good to breathe a cloud of sulfur, or is sulfur air good? Oh, there goes DE Stalker. There's a gang stalker. Hey, an angry gang stalker. Anyway, they're probably pissed because I went that way and then that way, and I went to walk to get a pack of cigarettes, but forgot that I had a pack at home. Anyway, so yeah, but the weather is unseasonably cool for how sunny it is. So I guess maybe they're not dumping directly on our heads and you guys are doing high altitude stuff, but I haven't looked into it to know. Could just be paranoid. You get paranoid, like, well, the Nazis did 9/11 COVID. The Israeli hoax concert attack. They use 5G towers for mind control. They work for demon things and do weird triangle finger witchy stuff and cackle when nobody else is around and they can get to you. But maybe I'm just paranoid that their latest thing is bad for us too. Anyway. Nazi bioterrorists have taken over the planet. They own NATO. They're very angry people. I get the kinder, gentler ones, like, oh, why does he keep saying FBI? They talked into my brain the other day. Are you willing to just eat it? After I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to eat this to. But anyway, it's just like the people who hack your brain to control your mind wonder why. I wonder why I'm so screwed up. Hey. So anyway, I've learned that strategic child molestation is a thing. There's actual child pimps that don't do it for the money. They do it for the money. They do it for... They can blackmail a president or a prime minister. They came for me when I was 4 years old. Said, hey little boy, here's some bondage games. But they didn't do that. What they did was angled somebody molesting my neighbor. So she would say, oh, you want to play the hostage game? To make it all a game. Hey. So later, when I was 8 years old, and I was brought hardcore porn, I'd be acclimated to it. Anyway, it's amazing stuff. The brilliance of evil is profound. So the trouble is, like, the opposite of evil seems to be much more not involved in any of this stuff. I don't know. Anyway, scary thoughts, but whatever body snatches is out there, these guys have got it and they work for it. They came and got me. I don't know how to fight it off. Sad but true. So anyway, that's all that though. Your government's bioterrorists did 9/11, COVID, Israeli hoax concert attack, the post 9/11 anthrax attacks. They poison the sky, they poison the food, they poison water, they poison babies, they poison kids when they can get to them. I guess they don't, they prefer babies because, you know, it would be way more obvious with, yeah, Johnny was in 2nd grade and reading on a 4th grade level. Johnny doesn't go out anymore and stares at the wall a lot. Hey, so yeah, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I was just wondering, because when they started, when they pivoted to, oh yes, to combat climate change, but it's just been sky poison. But it was when I first noticed, and then they made a whole, like, spring to early summer. It's just like 50 degrees every day, overcast. Like there wasn't one sunny day, you know, for around 50 days. That was, I don't remember, 2013, 2014 maybe. Hey. But that was they were peppering us good with the neurotoxins over here. I feel like I'm fighting a war that I already lost. I don't feel like I'd be here fighting if I had a shot. So that's depressing. But I didn't used to be demon possessed as far as I knew. Probably slightly. Now it's major league full-on demon torment. And again, I say demons, I don't know what they are. Lost schnurbs from the planet Flurb. Something malevolent that doesn't like people and makes people fight people to have people homes in their brains. So anyway, but yeah, your government remains bioterrorists. If they do their high atmosphere, high whatever sulfur spraying, you can bet that sulfur's got a real bad effect on your body when you breathe it in every day. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. So I don't know what to do with any of this. But that got me complaining today. I'm fully out of it. Smoked too much weed yesterday. Oof. But that's about the sum of it. They rig elections a month before Hillary lost. Not that she's not one of them. She was one of them, so she got their message. A month and a half before she lost, they bombed Chelsea, New York. Fake bomb, but she got the mafia message. They own both parties, I'd imagine, in most countries that have parties. They do their little game of, they're burning the flag. Like, I feel like cooking people's brains and making them soft so your AI mind control towers will have a better shot at controlling their minds is the spiritual equivalent of burning the flag. But anyway, I saw that. What else did I do? I mean, obviously, stuff that I used to care about that I just don't find the time to care about anymore because I can't feel that. They torture animals for science. They're very twisted people. You forget what happens to people if you're allowed to torture animals. There's a good little anecdotal piece of evidence where every town that if a slaughterhouse moves into the town and becomes like the town's main source of employment, then drug use goes up and suicide goes up and crime goes up. It does something to your head to do that all day. And then when you do that all day and think, oh, we experiment on these and we found out, oh, there's 7 billion things that look like us talk like us and walk like us, but they don't have the great secret knowledge that we have. Experiment on their minds and torture them. Cook their brains and tell them their child will be shot in school today. They'll never feel safe. And safe people are happy, and happy people are basically armored against all this evil stuff. So anyway, that's about all I can, that's my summation of what I've seen, what I've gathered from mind control torture. They own all media, they own, I'd imagine, most of Hollywood, or at least the people that are getting jobs. They've taken over, you know, it used to be public works were for water, now it's a way to deliver poison to you. I was reading about how many hours I gotta let my tap water sit for it to be safe for my plants. It's 24 to 48 hours to let tap water be safe for plants because there's so much chlorine in it. Fortunately, I'm not a biological organism, and that sort of thing doesn't affect me. Oh my god. Hey, that was sarcasm. Anything to make you sicker, anything to make you dumber, it makes them look better, especially because they're guided by evil demonic forces, so the evil stuff can be like, look, they're all idiots. They need you to be Nazis. So anyway, there's all that. I'm sure it'll further cook my brain into oblivion, and I'll scream some more, but that's all that's been going on over here. Otherwise, it's a pleasant sunny day. Meow. Hey. Trouble is, normal people can't imagine these things that they do. Honest people can't even imagine lying, so how can you imagine somebody lying to cook babies' brains to make everyone dumb so you could have control of the planet or whatever? It's a hard thing to imagine. That's what they're doing. Hey. So anyway, NATO has turned Nazi. Their government bioweapon attacked the planet to mass 5G EMF poisoning. They did 9/11, COVID, all the fake school shootings, all the fake terror attacks. They did the Israeli concert hoax attack. They game science to make sure studies don't show what they would show, and studies will show what they want them to show. They make you sick on purpose. They're very sick people. And that's all that. Otherwise, it's a wonderful place to play video games and have fun over here. Hey.